All right, let's jump into this deep dive. Looks like you've been digging into how AI is changing things up in graduate marketing programs. You've got a whole pile of articles, research papers, even program details. A lot to sift through, right? But that's what we're here for. We'll help you break it all down so you can really grasp what's important.
Yeah, and maybe spark some of those light bulb moments along the way.
Exactly. Ready to explore the future of marketing education.
I'm ready when you are. Let's dive in.
Okay, so first things first. We can't really talk about AI in marketing education without recognizing how much the field's already shifted. It's not just about like tacking on a few tech-focused classes anymore.
You've hit the nail on the head there. AI is fundamentally changing how marketing is both taught and practiced. Think about it. We're swimming in data more than ever before. And AI gives us the power to analyze it all, come up with super personalized strategies, even design those immersive experiences using things like virtual reality.
It's definitely not your grandma's marketing class anymore.
Not even close. And the best part is we're already seeing the positive effects of this shift. Niall, Karoum, and Kipkabut's research from 2024 shows that using AI frameworks in marketing education is helping students build key skills, like digital literacy, problem-solving, adaptability. And those are exactly the skills businesses are looking for in this crazy, fast-changing world.
Which makes total sense if you think about why you're even diving into this in the first place, right? You want to be ahead of the game, prepared for what marketing looks like down the road.
Exactly. It's not just about learning AI itself. It's about understanding how AI will shape the skills you'll need to really succeed in your future career.
Now, to really get a handle on just how big AI's impact on education is, let's check out this framework from Crompton and Burke in 2023. They came up with 5 main areas where AI is making waves: assessment and evaluation predictive analytics, AI assistance, intelligent tutoring systems, and student learning management.
You know what's so fascinating about those categories? They highlight how AI isn't just some tool, it's totally reshaping the structure of education itself, from how we assess students to how they manage their own learning.
Wow, that's a really interesting way to look at it. It's not just like adding AI on top of the existing system. It's like it's woven into every part of learning and teaching.
You got it. And this isn't some far-off future thing, it's happening now. Universities are building programs that put AI right in the spotlight, like the Master of Science in Marketing Analytics and Insights at Rutgers Business School.
Ah, yes, the Rutgers program.
Oh,
This one seems right up your alley, given you're all about gaining practical knowledge that you can use right away. They really designed it with real-world skills in mind, even brought in industry execs to make sure the content matches what's needed out there.
it really shows that universities are getting it. They're seeing the demand for grads who don't just know about AI, but can actually use it to solve real marketing problems.
And speaking of making education more accessible and personalized, AI has the potential to be a total game changer for international students. Wang and their colleagues did some research on this in 2023. They highlight how AI tools like personalized learning platforms, real-time language translation, and even cultural adaptation resources can create a much more inclusive and supportive learning environment.
It's all about creating a level playing field, making sure that everyone, no matter their background or language, has the chance to succeed.
And remember how you value those diverse perspectives. AI can really help foster that by making it easier for international students to fully participate and bring their unique experiences to the table.
That actually ties in nicely with Crompton and Burke's framework, too. AI tools specifically for student learning management can help create a more personalized and culturally sensitive learning experience for everyone.
So we've talked about how AI can help students, but let's not forget about the educators themselves. Fatima Aldason's research from 2022 suggests that AI can give educators more time by taking care of those routine tasks, like grading and all that admin work. This lets them focus on what they're best at: teaching, mentoring, inspiring their students.
That's a crucial point, for sure. By streamlining those admin tasks, AI frees up educators to really dedicate their time and energy to creating those deeper learning experiences, the ones that really spark those aha moments you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Now, you might be thinking, is this all just happening at big fancy schools like Rutgers?
Well, that's a good question, and the answer is no. We're seeing similar stuff popping up at universities big and small. For example, Central Washington University has a graduate specialization in structures of data analytics. It's a perfect example of how AI is being woven into programs all over the place.
It's a good reminder that this isn't just some elite thing. AI is becoming the new normal in higher ed.
Which leads us to a really important point, the ethical side of AI in education. There's so much potential, but we have to be careful about using it responsibly and making sure access is equitable for every student.
Absolutely. As AI becomes more and more common in education, we
Hmm.
need to be having those open and honest conversations about responsible development and implementation. But we'll get into that more later. For now, let's dig a little deeper into how AI is actually making the learning experience itself better.
It's really cool to think about how AI is not just changing what we teach, but how we teach it, too.
Right, it's a total rethink of the learning experience.
Exactly. We have to move past those old school lectures and textbooks and find ways to make things more interactive and engaging. And AI can be a big part of making that happen.
Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks here.
Yeah.
How can AI actually make students more engaged and improve what they're learning?
Well, one way is through personalized learning. AI algorithms can look at all that student data, figure out their strengths and weaknesses, and then tailor the whole learning experience to exactly what they need.
So instead of everyone getting the same thing, each student gets their own custom learning path.
Exactly. And it can be seriously effective. Studies have actually shown that personalized learning can make students way more motivated and engaged, and they actually achieve more too.
That makes sense. When you feel like the material is actually relevant to you and you're getting the support you need, you're more likely to do well. It's kind of like having a personal tutor, but powered by AI.
Great analogy. And speaking of tutors, AI can also provide that real-time feedback and support, which is so important for learning effectively.
I can see how that would be especially helpful for students who are maybe struggling or learning remotely. Having that on-demand support can make a world of difference.
Absolutely. AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants can answer questions, give guidance, offer encouragement all day, every day. They can even help students connect with other students who have similar learning styles or goals.
That's such a key point. AI has the power to make education more equitable and accessible for all students, not just the ones who already have those traditional support systems.
Now, with all this talk about AI, it's important to remember that educators are still the heart of the learning experience. AI is there to help them do what they do best, not to replace them.
So it's more like a partnership between humans and technology.
Exactly. Think of it this way: by taking care of those routine tasks like grading and admin work, AI frees up educators to focus on what they do best: teaching, mentoring, inspiring students.
So instead of drowning in paperwork, teachers can spend more time actually interacting with their students and creating those really engaging learning experiences we talked about earlier. It's a win-win.
Exactly. And AI can also give educators valuable insights into how students are doing. This can help them see where students might need extra help or where the curriculum could be tweaked.
It sounds like AI can be a really powerful tool for both students and educators working together to create a learning environment that's more effective and engaging. But just like with any new technology, there are bound to be some bumps in the road. What are some of the potential challenges with bringing AI into education?
One of the biggest ones is making sure AI is used responsibly. We have to be careful about potential biases in algorithms and make sure AI isn't just reinforcing existing inequalities.
That's so important. We don't want to create a system where some students are at a disadvantage because of AI, just because the technology wasn't developed or implemented thoughtfully.
We also have to think about data privacy and security. Students' personal information needs to be protected, especially when we're talking about AI systems that collect and analyze tons of data.
And then there's the whole thing about training faculty. How do we make sure educators have the skills and knowledge they need to use AI effectively in their teaching?
That's a big one. We need to provide professional development opportunities for educators to help them really understand how AI works, how to use it well, and how to handle those ethical considerations.
All great points.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the cost factor. Bringing AI into education can require a lot of investment in software, hardware, and training.
True, but it's important to see AI as an investment in the future of education. The benefits down the road in terms of student success, personalized learning, and a more efficient system, they really outweigh those upfront costs.
I agree. Investing in AI now will help us build a better, more engaging, and more equitable education system for every student.
Now let's bring this back to what you're interested in. Remember, you are looking into the Master of Science in Marketing Analytics and Insights at Rutgers Business School. It's a perfect example of how AI is being incorporated into a program to get students ready for what marketing looks like today.
Yeah, I was really impressed with how they built the curriculum around AI and other data-driven technologies.
Right. Students in that program are learning how to use AI to analyze data, create marketing strategies, and make smart decisions. And like we talked about earlier, the program was developed with input from industry pros to make sure it's aligned with the latest trends and what companies are looking for.
It seems like they're really going all in on giving students those practical skills they need to be successful right out of the gate.
Absolutely. Rutgers is a great example of how to bring AI into higher education in a smart and responsible way, while still focusing on what students need and what their career goals are.
Before we move on, I want to go back to something we touched on earlier, that idea of personalized learning. Can you tell me more about how AI can be used to create those customized learning experiences for each student?
Sure, personalized learning is all about tailoring the educational experience to each student's individual needs. And AI can be a huge help with that by. Personalized learning is all about making sure each student gets an educational experience that really fits them. And AI can be a game changer for this by looking at massive amounts of student data. It can find patterns and insights that would take humans forever to figure out on their own.
So it's like having a whole team of super smart teaching assistants working behind the scenes to help every student succeed.
Exactly. AI can track a student's progress, see where they're doing well and where they're struggling,
Yeah.
and then it can actually adjust the content, the pace, even the teaching approach, all in real time.
So it's like every student gets their own custom-made curriculum.
You got it. And it goes even further than just changing the content. AI can also suggest extra resources, recommend specific study strategies, even connect students with others who learn in similar ways or have similar goals. Remember how you were interested in programs that teach practical skills? Well, imagine a program that not only teaches you about AI, but also uses AI to personalize your whole learning journey. That's the power we're talking about.
It sounds like it takes all the guesswork out of learning. You don't have to wonder if you're on the right track or if you're focusing on the right things. AI can give you that personalized guidance to help you get the most out of your education.
Exactly. It's about helping every student reach their full potential, creating a learning environment where everyone feels supported and challenged in the right ways.
Hey, remember we were talking about how AI can help international students? Those AI-powered language translation tools can really break down communication barriers and create a truly global classroom.
Imagine being able to study in another country, totally immersed in the culture and the learning experience without language being a problem. It's an amazing opportunity for growth and understanding different cultures.
It's incredible to think about how AI can open up those possibilities. It's not just about making education more accessible. It's about broadening our horizons, connecting with people and ideas from all over the world.
And don't forget about the benefits for educators. AI translation tools can help them communicate more clearly with international students, give them better instructions and more personalized feedback.
It creates a learning environment that's more inclusive and supportive, where everyone feels valued and understood, no matter what language they speak. But while we've been focusing on all the good things about AI and education, it's important to talk about the ethical side of things, too.
You're right. As AI becomes more common in education, we have to make sure it's used responsibly. We have to deal with potential biases and algorithms and make sure student data is kept safe.
It's about finding that balance between using the power of AI and protecting against any risks. We have to be aware of how this technology affects both individuals and society as a whole.
We need to have those tough conversations about the challenges and work together to come up with ethical guidelines and best practices for AI in education.
It's a team effort. Educators, policymakers, researchers, tech developers, we all have a part to play in shaping the future of AI in education and making sure it's used for good, to empower learners and build a more just and equitable world.
So as you keep looking into those graduate marketing programs, remember how powerful AI can be. It's not just a trendy word, it's a force that's changing how we learn, teach, and prepare for the future.
We've just scratched the surface in this deep dive, but hopefully you've got a better grasp of the key trends, the benefits, and the challenges of AI in higher education. As you keep doing your research, think about how AI could actually make your learning experience better and get you ready for a successful career in marketing, because that world is constantly changing.
And never forget to think critically about the ethical side of this powerful technology.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into AI and graduate marketing programs. We hope you found it useful and learned something new. And remember, we're always here to help you navigate the world of higher education and make those big decisions about your future. Until next time, happy exploring.